So today's topic actually hits pretty close to home because the first ever news video was talking about the Sonic Origins leaks, how it was leaked by the same Korean ratings board that we're going to be talking about today. And I can't believe, almost 4 years later, we're about a month removed from it, that we are once again talking about this Korean ratings company who has once again leaked another Sonic re-release, this time being in the form of Sonic Frontiers. But before we get to that though, make sure to like and subscribe because we're trying to 5,000 subscribers whenever we do that, and the likes will help out in the algorithm. Also make sure to turn on all notifications so you never miss another Sonic Boy upload. That's right folks, I bet you didn't expect that in the big 26 we'd be talking about Sonic Frontiers again in regards to it being re-released or new content, but that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. Korean ratings company had leaked the fact that there is a Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition coming sometime soon. It's kind of funny how many smaller scale releases have actually been leaked by these guys. This is really interesting. It's been what, about 4 years almost since the release of Sonic Frontiers, and like, does this game really need a quote-unquote definitive edition? I could see them doing cool stuff like updating the graphics, you know, maybe including all the skins alongside the DLC that was released for the game, like the Monster Hunter stuff and the updates, all in one big package. I don't really see them doing that for most of the consoles it's already on. I can only really see this being like the Switch 2 edition, which I do believe that's all this is. I don't think it's going to be anything beyond that. In fact, I wouldn't even expect a console release literally besides the Switch 2. That's the only way I could expect this to come out, is on that system, because it doesn't have its own Switch 2 edition, which it desperately needs. I'm not too hyped for it because, like, again, I'm assuming that this is a Switch 2 edition, so I'm probably not going to pick it up. If it does come to other consoles with a substantial increase in content, like maybe a new island or a new DLC thing or something along those lines, maybe I will pick it up. If there's an option to get an upgrade for this, then I'll totally like download it or pay for that, whatever I need to do. But if it's just like small little things like including all the DLC, maybe a couple updates to the graphics, probably not going to pick it up. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, why Frontiers? Why would you do this? Why not Unleashed or maybe the Sonic Heroes, the Sonic Adventure games, you know? I actually think this makes total sense. First of all, Sonic Frontiers is the best-selling 3D Sonic game literally ever, so any chance they would get to re-release it, I wouldn't doubt that they would take. But also, like I said earlier, this game does not have a Switch 2 edition, and that's something they jumped on almost immediately for Sonic X-Shy Generations. I think they really wanted to have a more powerful system to put that on besides the Switch, and now that they have that opportunity, I don't see why they wouldn't just take it. Also, me alongside many other people suspect that the next mainline Sonic game is coming next year, so maybe if this is getting released on all platforms, not just the Switch 2, they can have a little reintroduction to the story of Frontiers, because I can guarantee you that Sonic Frontiers 2, or whatever they decide to call it, will be continuing that same story with Sage, the mythos of the Starfall Islands, and the Chaos Emerald. That is definitely what they're gonna do. So to have something there that literally all players can enjoy, maybe at a reduced price, you know, just a soft, easy introduction to this sort of storyline, and then next year you get that whole big continuation to the story, I would probably do that too if I was Sega, because, well, let's be honest, no one's even talking about Sonic Frontiers nowadays. You see a video here or there, like a Twitter post sometimes, but never any real big discussion like there was during the honeymoon phase for the game alongside the updates that have been rolled out for it in 2023. We just haven't seen that level of discussion. We've moved on to different things like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Sonic X-Shy Generations, and to a very lesser extent Sonic Superstars, but still we've been distracted for long enough that I think Sega wants to like reintroduce the mainline stuff now, and I think a re-release is actually a good way to do that. Although, like I said, this is not something many people really appreciate. I would have really enjoyed something like Sonic Lost World, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, the Sonic Adventure games, let's go 3D Blast, or like Knuckles Chaotix. Seeing re-releases of lesser released games would be incredible, but if they wanted to go ahead and do this, I do see the reasoning. One thing I hope they don't do is sell it to us for $60, if not more, because we all know what happened with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. $70 game, but for the full game, alongside all the DLCs and such, you need to pay $90, which is not something I am willing to do on a re-release. So they better not do that, and if they are going to do about $60 or more, they better have something in there worthwhile that makes me actually want to repurchase this game again. Now, what could be included in this definitive edition? I'm thinking base game, DLCs included alongside the free outfits that they released for the game. Maybe new skill here or there. I could definitely see them expanding Sonic's skill tree, adding like 1 or 2 new moves that could freshen up the game. Kind of unlikely. A new story or a new island like some people have been saying. Hopefully they do that because they do need something to re-justify that $60 or more price, or like they completely revamp the graphics. I don't see them doing that, by the way. Fix all the pop-in, you know, new models or anything along those lines. I definitely do not see them doing that, but you know, maybe they could. That's one of those extremely unlikely things, but I'd be happy. Generally, we have no context. This is literally just the ratings board giving it a rating, and then eventually, given how these things have gone in the past, in the next couple of weeks, we'll actually be hearing something about it, because then they could slap that rating on a trailer. Bada bing, bada boom. When Sonic Origins was leaked by these guys, it only took them 2 days to drop a trailer for it. So maybe that's what they're planning on doing, if not saving it for a Sonic Central, which I do think is happening either in May or April. I could 100% see that happening. There's a lot of stuff they could talk about, and I think that they haven't yet capitalized on it. But yeah, that's pretty much the thing let's talk about today. Like I said, we only have a rating to go off of here. That's the only way we know this thing exists. Nothing else. So sorry if this is a bit of a shorter video with a bunch of speculation in it. Like I said last time with Origins, this only took about 2 days, so maybe it will be that quick of a turnaround, or we'll have to wait for something bigger like Summer Games Fest or Sonic Central. I'm hoping for the latter, because we haven't had one of those in like year and a half, just about, and I'm hoping they bring them back for the 35th anniversary like they should. So let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.